Anil, do you know that to be a successful entrepreneur, one has to show his or her dynamic abilities in work?
No. Divya ma'am, what sort of abilities, may I ask?
To succeed in entrepreneurship, one has to know so many things. Let me tell you what entrepreneurship involves first. Entrepreneurship involves organizing, managing, and assuming the risks pertaining to your enterprise. And an entrepreneur is one who is involved in all of these. To be able to do all of these, an entrepreneur is required to have a set of skills and character. Let me now tell you about 5 questions that one can ask anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur.
What are they, ma'am?
The first is, are you comfortable stretching the rules? The answer is, entrepreneurs might be more willing to bend the rules. Many success stories are based on audacious entrepreneurs using some outrageous tactic to swing a crucial deal or find the resources to get an idea off the drawing board. Now, do you have the stomach for bending the rules? The answer is, you can bend the rules, but you can't break them. The second question is, are you willing to make powerful enemies? The answer is, many entrepreneurs prefer to go after market niches that incumbents have overlooked. But they are not afraid to make powerful enemies. The size of their rivals will not stop them from going after what they want. The third question is, do you have the patience to start small? Building a business takes longer than it takes to generate the idea for the business. It is important to stay the course, to build the idea and see it completed. It requires a lot of patience. Entrepreneurs should be greedy to grow big, but this needs patience as well. The fourth question is, are you willing to shift strategies? The answer is, smart entrepreneurs recognize that a new venture gains credibility more by simply surviving rather than doggedly following its original strategy. They are quick to recognize when they have to change course, and they seldom hesitate to do so. A good strategy is important, but if it does not work, you often have to shift from one strategy to another very quickly. The fifth question is, are you closer? Successful entrepreneurs know how to seal deals. They have the ability to come in, often at the last moment, and elbow their rivals aside. They know exactly what they must give up and what they can get away with, while finalizing deals under pressure.
Ma'am, you also mentioned something about shareholders' equity. How does it work?
Yes, there is this factor called shareholders' equity. Let's know more about this factor. Shareholders' equity represents the total equity interest of all shareholders in a business. It represents the net worth of the company, which is the difference between the business's assets and liabilities. Shareholders' equity consists of 2 parts, share capital and surplus. Share capitals are funds raised by issuing shares in return for cash. This represents how much capital the owners have provided to the business. Surplus is a business's profit, which comes from the profit and loss statement.
Divya ma'am, balance sheet plays such an important role in all businesses. I wish to know more about it.
Sure, Anil. Balance sheet as well as P&L statement plays an important role in all sort of business. Let me tell you more about both of them in greater details. The balance sheet represents the financial position of a business as of a particular date typically at the end of a quarter or financial year. It is divided into two parts: assets and liabilities. Assets or use of capital includes all goods and property owned by the business, as well as amounts due to the business. The liabilities include liabilities and shareholders' equity, or the source of capital. This itself includes all amounts and debts owed by the business and the shareholders' ownership interest in the business. You should at the same time remember that total assets is equal to total liabilities plus shareholders' equity.